Diecast Monster Truck fans, Monster Jam YouTube series is returning in over 2 years to the Monster Jam circuit. We have a lineup of some Diecast Monster Jam trucks getting ready to come back at it for the first time in 2 years. We have a perfectly good track set up out here today. It's a little bit muddy, but this won't stop the trucks. So let's get ready to go to Monster Jam YouTube series. So let's take a look at our field of trucks. So we had Joe Sylvester and Bad Habit, Roy Burgenson and Raising Cane, Mike Vaughters and the Black Stallion, Mike Vaughters Jr. and Overkill Evolution, Exterminator, Todd LeDuc and Monster Energy, Adam Anderson and the Spectre Flame Gravedigger, Brutus, Samuel Lawrence and the Ignite, Barnyard Rampage making return with a new body design after 2 years, Bernard Light and Alien Invasion, Bugsy's, Flamingo, Ice Cream Man, and El Toro Loco. So we got ourselves the track returning out here. Last time on Monster Jam YouTube series, we had our half a series going on, but then it got canceled due to certain issues. But now the trucks are lined up, ready to go. It's a little bit muddy, but this won't stop the trucks. So let's get ready to go out here in tonight's Monster Jam competition. So first up is our intros. It's going to be a little bit muddy out here, so the mud, it will be flying. The trucks are partially destroyed after yesterday. As you can see, Exterminator missing some panels off the truck of fiberglass. And most of these trucks are paper-based, so they're going to be hard to struggle. The struggle for these bodies to stay on is going to be hard. So the parts and pieces will be flying out here tonight. And as you can tell, the Ignite truck is that chassis truck that has no body on it. And that's pretty good. Alright, so anyways, our first competition out here tonight, we're only going to have 2 competitions. But our first competition out here tonight is going to be Monster Jam Racing. Each die-cast monster truck will have to clear that ramp in order to win and be the first competitor to clear the ramp. So here we go. Are you ready, die-cast fans, to get to Monster Jam Racing action? In lane 1, it's Todd LeDuc and Monster Energy, and in lane 2, it's Steve Kohler and a Brutus. Ready, set, go. And Brutus taking a wild ride there, but landing on all fours, getting a nice save. But we're not doing tricks out here tonight. We are doing racing. This is not freestyle just yet, but Steve Kohler and Avenger will be taken out, and the Brutus will be taken out by Todd LeDuc and Monster Energy. Next up, it's Exterminator sporting off the Trump 2020 flag, as well as the Overkill Mike Vaughters and the Overkill Evolution, also juniors, also sporting off a Trump flag. And we're about to go racing. And your winner is going to be Exterminator, Overkill Evolution, trying to make a rush to the finish line, but not going to help as the truck will flip over. And now is going to need some repairs on that truck, as the trucks are getting muddier and muddier out here in tonight's competition. Track conditions are starting to get worse. Thunder is starting to approach, but we're not going to go until we see lightning. Next up in lane 1, it's Gravedigger, Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. And in lane 2, it's Becky McDonough and Chroma Frost El Toro Loco. Alright, here we go. And your winner being Becky McDonough and the Chroma Frost El Toro Loco beating Adam Anderson and the Spectre Flame Gravedigger. Now this El Toro Loco right here, this was an exclusive from the Hot Wheels Monster Jam line. Now we are joining into Spin Master Collecting. Now also make sure to join our Facebook group, Monster Jam YouTube series, to get more information and info and news about Monster Jam YouTube series. So Gravedigger will be Adam Anderson. Gravedigger will be taking out a big upset out here tonight. Next up, Black Stallion up against the Raising Cane. Black Stallion also sporting off a Trump flag. Raising Cane coming out here. Make sure that you go out, and early voting was yesterday. But in November 3rd, your voice will matter in the 2020 presidential election. Alright, so here we go. In lane 1, Buddy Tompkins and Raising Cane. And in lane 2, Overkill, Mike Butters and the Black Stallion. And Black Stallion taking the win over Raising Cane. Raising Cane being knocked out in tonight's round 1 of racing by the Black Stallion. Next up, it's Ice Cream Man up against Ignite. Ignite just had a spotty on, not a roll cage. And that body came off real fast last night because of the rain. This afternoon out here, Ice Cream Man up against Ignite. Let's see who's gonna win. And Ignite will take the win from Roy Burgenson and Ice Cream Man. Samuel Lawrence came up with the concept of this truck and has taken it to the circuit to full leaps in the die-cast world. Ignite looking to head on to have a bright future. Next up, it's Bernard Light's Alien Invasion and the Barnyard Rampage, a truck that's been out here since the beginning of Monster Jam YouTube series. This truck was produced by an actual full-on team that worked on this truck and the support farmers and the FFA, Future Farmers of America. Without them, we wouldn't have food at the grocery store or anywhere. Alright, anyways, here we go. Bernard Light and Alien Invasion up against the Barnyard Rampage. And Barnyard Rampage will take the win, bumping into Brian Weston's, or Bugsy's, Flamingo. Taking the win as Alien Invasion will be knocked out. Next, and it looks like we got one more race matchup in round 1, and then round 1 will be complete. It's Bad Habit, Joey Sylvester and the Bad Habit up against Brian Weston and the Flamingo. And we're about to go racing. And your winner is Joey Sylvester and Bad Habit. That was hard to tell there. Joey Sylvester, Bad Habit taking the win for the last round, and taking the win for the end of round 1. As we get ready to go into round 2 of Monster Jam Diecast Racing. Let's see who's up next. Next up, it's Exterminator up against the Black Stallion. Alright, so here we go. Both trucks sporting off Trump flags. Let's see who's going to take the win. And Black Stallion will take the win, as Exterminator knocked out, moving on to the round 2. moving on to the semifinal. This means next up it's Monster Energy against the Barnyard Rampage. Joey Sylvester had the fastest time in racing, so he'll be moving on so he'll automatically be moving on to the championship race. Alright, so here we go. Monster Energy versus Barnyard Rampage. And Barnyard Rampage will get the win. The hood flies off of Barnyard Rampage as Monster Energy is taken out. Wait, actually, Chroma Frost, El Toro Loco, will be going up against Joey Sylvester and Bad Habit. This is your semi-final round. Lane 1, it's Becky McDonough and Chroma Frost, El Toro Loco. And in Lane 2, it's Joey Sylvester and Bad Habit. And Joe Sylvester, Bad Habit, taking the win, but as a horde crash, as he, once again, another driver will bump into Brian Weston's Flamingo. And now, we have one more competition left. Overkill Evolution coming out. Now we only have one more race in this semifinals. Joey Sylvester moving on to the final round of Monster Jam YouTube Series Racing. So Barnyard Rampage coming out here getting ready to go. That new body. The body is breaking apart, crumbling right now on Barnyard Rampage. We're about to see who's going to take that win. Black Stallion up against Barnyard Rampage. Let's see who's going to move on to the championship race. Up against Joey Sylvester and Bad Habit. And your winner is Barnyard Rampage by an inch. A very close race out here. So we have an original Monster Jam YouTube Series truck coming out here to go against Bad Habit in our championship race. Bad Habit did actually make it to the championship race yesterday, but Bad Habit did not. But Barnyard Rampage did not. So we're about to see who's going to be your first ever Monster Jam YouTube Series returning champion to the first ever time back on YouTube. If you think it's Joey Sylvester and Barnyard Rampage, Joey Sylvester and Bad Habit, leave a like. If you think it's Barnyard Rampage, leave a sub. Alright, ready, set, go. Oh my goodness, and Barnyard Rampage will go flying into Overkill Evolution. Barnyard Rampage, your winner. But that truck just flew into the truck, into Overkill Evolution, as you can see. So we're going to have to see about that. Now, Freestyle Part 2 is coming up. So I'll make sure to check out that video too, as this is the return of Monster Jam YouTube Series. We're about to go into some freestyle action coming up next.